Hello. Hi, everyone. Welcome. I hope everyone is feeling really well and doing really well. Welcome to day
Hello.
3 of the Body Whispering Challenge. Isn't it amazing how quickly the days start to go when we talk about 5 days of live exercises? It always amazes me how quickly it starts to move once we get to day 3. We're already halfway. And then tomorrow, day 4, there's only one day left. And what it's important for you to realize is just how much change and how much transformation is available to you from each and every session. I have been seeing the comments, I have been seeing the feedback. Thank you so much. And I wanted to share a few things today. I'm always curious because I love hearing your feedback. I love hearing how you guys are going. I love hearing what takeaways you've had, what's working for you, what's something you hadn't thought about before. So please keep that coming in the comments. Also, let me know if this is your first time doing a challenge with me or listening to my content, where you're from, all that kind of good stuff. Now, I always want to dive right in, so I struggle to wait for more people to come online, but I also want to wait so that people can hear the content. But there's quite a few things, like I mentioned, that I wanted to speak to you guys about today. Number one, can you guys let me know if you can hear me okay? I'm doing my best. I have lost my voice over the last few days, so please let me know if this is loud enough for all of you. And Heba, is this okay for you on the translation as well? Awesome. So I've got this challenge happening right now, which is every day I go live for 5 days. On top of that, I have a few special extra things happening because it's my birthday month. So I opened up my private sessions again. So I've been doing one-off sessions that I don't normally do anymore, as well as my normal long-term coaching clients. And we have so much good stuff happening in the lead up to the Wealth Whispering Retreat and the Body Whispering classes that are coming up. So one of the things that happened is I started to lose my voice, and people started saying, oh, like, are you okay? And do you require anything? And, you know, what's going on? And I wanted to share why I was so happy to have my throat playing up and my voice kind of having issues right now, because I am the body whisperer. Body whispering is my work. It's my zone of genius. And when your body speaks, when your body is showing you something, this is how it's used in real life. So I could have gone, oh no, this is so inconvenient. I cannot believe my body is doing this. And how do I make this throat pain and this loss of voice go away? But what I know and what I have been celebrating is that in the Wealth Whispering program and the activations and in the personal sessions I've been doing, we have been doing so much work, so much clearing, so much activating of power, of visibility, of breaking through all of the things that had been holding us back to step into the next level of what you are here to do and what you can receive. And so for me, because it's for many of my clients and for many of you that were on day 1 of this challenge, you felt that constriction around your throat, because a lot of this is associated with having your voice out in the world, being seen out in the world, and actually having the freedom to be you and to get to that next level, that next jump in your life. So I am so happy because I know that this losing my voice for a couple of days means that on the other side of this is that next level of transformation, even for me. And so that is one way for you to look at things when you are experiencing physical symptoms in your body. You can go with your cognitive, logical reasoning around why you've gotten sick, why you're not feeling well, why your body is sore. Or you can ask to receive the awareness and to ask your body what else it requires, how to support it, and why it is bringing your attention or what it is currently processing through or working through. And you are a holistic organism, so your body is included in transformation, your energy is included in transformation, and your mind is included in transformation. All right, so that's just a little update on my voice. Thank you so much. We have a really awesome session today. Today's session, and some of you have been noticing, a lot of you who are body whisperers have been saying, wow, this challenge and the body whispering energy is just so expansive. It's grown so much. It's so different, right? And I think today's session is just going to, again, take it to the next level because we're talking about relationships. And thank you to those of you that you sent me messages or emails talking about what you would like help with body whispering and relationships. So I received messages about wanting to have better relationships with your children, with your little children, but also your grown or your adult children, wanting to have better relationships with people at work, in your professional environment, wanting to have better romantic relationships or more intimacy. And I'm really excited to jump into today's conversation. So one of the things with relationships is, in this reality, relationships are associated with, or they have a lot of control and need built in to the structure of how they are supposedly meant to work, what relationships apparently are. So that means to be in relationship, what we do is we're always looking at ourselves and looking at whether or not we're happy or we're fulfilled or how good our relationships are based on external factors. So you are happy with your spouse for as long as they are doing the things that you want them to be doing. You're happy with your relationship with your kids when they're showing up and acting how you would like them to act, when they're being the kinds of kids you want them to be, when they're making you feel proud or fulfilling your need for how they need to show up. You know, we also place neediness or need in other people's hands to validate who we are in relationship to them. So how valuable we are, how important we are, how good we feel about ourselves, we use the feedback from our partners, our colleagues, our parents, our children, our siblings, our friends, to validate the amount of love, i.e. worthiness, i.e. validation that we can have for being who we are. And what that then creates is, if someone is unhappy with you, you're unhappy with yourself. But also, if you're unhappy with someone else, you're also unhappy with your relationship. And so relationships only work in this reality or in this paradigm for as long as everyone else is doing what everyone else wants them to do and expects them to do. And that is why relationships are so stressful and difficult for so many people. And one of the biggest things that body whispering does, one of the greatest gifts that body whispering has been for me, is the actually giving me the self-validation, the self-confidence, and the self-love that we had until now been programmed to expect to receive or need to receive from outside of ourselves. And I'm just seeing some comments, and Avisha saying, it is so big in my world, the energy of validation. And I completely get that. And to be honest, most of us, if not practically all of us, have a very high need for validation. Even those of us that have done a lot of self-help, self-healing, transformation work, we're practitioners, facilitators ourselves, we still rely on this validation piece, right? And why I'm actually really interested in talking about this today is one of the most interesting things is this was my thing too. So sometimes you might struggle to relate or think that body whispering can work for you as well as it does for me, right? But let me tell you that for me, the judgment of other people was the thing that I shied away from the most. The thing I wanted to avoid the most was the judgment of other people. And I really wanted and craved like validation, love, and acceptance from other people. I grew up in a family and probably also in a culture that relies very heavily on getting the approval from everyone else that yes, you're doing the right thing, yes, you're on the right path, yes, you're successful, yes, you're worthy. So that was my upbringing, right? Then I became a chiropractor and I entered a profession that required the validation and the acceptance of not just the patients or the public, but actually you were always trying to get the approval or the validation of your colleagues and everyone else in your industry. And I know there are many, many industries, if not all industries, that are like that. And then finally, I started doing, all this healing work, this consciousness work, other modalities. And I realized, oh my gosh, I was so scared of doing it wrong. What if I wasn't accepted? What if I wasn't good enough? What if they didn't think I was really conscious or really good at healing or really very good at body work or really getting this thing? What if they kicked me out of their club? What if I was banned? What if they didn't think that I was good enough or worthy enough? Or what if they just didn't like me? Okay. So that was very real and true for me too. Thinking about how to show up, what to say, what to do, whether you're doing it right or wrong, needing that external validation in any relationship. And I started to wonder, how did this change for me? Because it's absolutely changed for me, completely changed for me. And it was from body whispering. I think I would say this is one of the greatest gifts that body whispering has given me, was the gift of connecting to myself, knowing myself, valuing myself, respecting myself, and knowing just how valuable I am for myself. And then what I can be or do for the world because I can see the value in myself. It wasn't needing to come from external validation. And the craziest thing that then happened, and I didn't realize it until today when I was preparing for today's exercise and what we're going to be doing. And I realized, oh my goodness, body whispering facilitated and guided me so smoothly. It is such an amazing energy that you just follow and you can't get enough of, and that you're willing to trust, and you don't want to give it up for anyone else or anything else. You don't want to give up that connection that you have found with yourself and that trust of yourself. And what it created was all of those things that I was so scared of. The people I was scared of losing, the people that I was scared would judge me, the people that I didn't want to lose, the validation I thought I needed. And most importantly, the people that I was scared to actually be truly seen by, because that's the other side of it, is actually really showing up, regardless of whether you will be judged or are judged or not. all of those things happened. The things that I was so scared of happening, the things that I thought would kill me, that I would not be able to live through. Not only did they happen with so much ease, so much grace, so much contribution to my life that there was no pain. I never had the pain of losing those situations, those relationships, those people, those organizations, my identity as a chiropractor, my, all of those things that you work so hard for, that you think you could never let go of. Actually, imagine being able to be so connected to yourself and have so much self-love, self-trust, and self-validation that the judgment that you are scared of the most, the lack of validation that you are scared of the most, actually becomes the greatest gift. And right on the other side of that is so much more receiving, so much more validation, so much more confidence, so much more receiving of who you truly are, because you don't have to always be thinking, is this right or wrong? Is this how I'm meant to do it? Is this acceptable? Are they going to judge this as, am I saying the right things? Am I showing up in the right way? Am I being good at what I'm doing or not? And I know for those of you who are facilitators and practitioners, a lot of you have this too, like needing the validation of, yes, what I'm doing is working. Yes, I'm good at my job. Yes, I'm creating change. And so this is where I want to start the conversation about relationships. Because ultimately the relationship that I would like to facilitate for you, as you having the greatest relationship with, is your relationship with yourself. And from there, what you will notice is your need goes away. Imagine the gift of your need going away, of people to show up in your life in a certain way, for the people in your life to act a certain way, for the people in your life to always agree with you, to always support you, to always say that, yes, they think that you're doing the right thing. Imagine not needing it to be that way. Imagine feeling so confident in your relationships and feeling so worthy of receiving unconditional love. Imagine actually having unconditional love in this lifetime, because even though we speak about it a lot, it's actually very, very rare. And then imagine being able to show up in any situation, with any group of people, in any relationship, whether it's a new relationship you're trying to create or an existing relationship, especially relationships that seem to create the most struggle. So your relationships with your kids, your relationships with romantic partners, your relationship with your parents, your relationships with like bosses or work colleagues, right? Imagine those relationships all flourishing without you ever needing to regulate or change or censor yourself and how you show up in the world. And imagine being able to give them the same freedom. People will flock to you. People will love having you around and contributing to you and having you contribute to them. So right on the other side of being in fear of losing everything you don't want to lose, and that's what creates the need for control and the neediness and the trying to figure out what to do to make your relationship work. Right on the other side of that, of you actually having the greatest relationship you can with yourself and showing up for yourself first and foremost, you will have all of the things you want in all of your other relationships. And you will be blown away by how much you can start receiving from the people that you currently really struggle to be in relationship with. So before we get into today's exercise, I'm just going to give you guys a couple of minutes if you have anything you want to pop down into the chat, and I will then answer those questions. And then we're going to do a little exercise today about you starting to connect in to the wealth of relationships and the ease of relationships and the receiving of relationships, first and foremost with yourself, and then secondly, being able to take that out into the world. The topic for today is body whispering and relationships. Okay. So for today's exercise, the other thing that you can do is if there's a particular relationship that you wanted to work on or that you had in mind when we do this exercise, you're welcome to do that. So if you were one of those people that were like, I really want to change my relationship with my child, with my teenager, with my boss, with my husband, with my wife, you can hold that person in your mind, with my mother-in-law, with my father-in-law, with my ex-best friend, my current best friend, whatever. You can hold that person or even a situation that you're currently struggling with in your mind. And I just want to let you guys know, so the comments coming up, how to increase self-worth, the bliss of relationships, all of these things, that how to increase self-worth is huge. And I want you to know that that is something that we are working on energetically as well as overtly, because I talk about it in every single session this week. Especially, you know, day one was all about worthiness and your self-worth. But this is one of the greatest gifts that you will receive from this challenge and from body whispering, is starting to really tap into, acknowledge and receive from your own self-worth and the worthiness. And I love these comments coming through, Varsha and Melda saying that they would like, Radhika saying that they would like more connection with themselves, because that is what I just spent so much time talking about, is the greatest gift for me, facilitated through body whispering, was having my personal relationship, first and foremost with myself, completely transformed. That created a complete transformation with how I could show up in the world. My relationship with the whole world around me, every single being, every single element in nature, every single thing changed when my relationship and connection with myself changed through body whispering. And that created the greatest change ever that I didn't even foresee. And it wasn't even an ask of mine to necessarily change or to transform my relationships, but it's created the greatest change with all relationships, both old and new. All right, so let's get ready for today's exercise. So like I said, if you would like to think about a particular person for today's exercise, you can, but also if you would like to just work on this and do this in general and see what changes, I think that's a wonderful way to do it. Okay, so just taking a very nice deep breath in. And breathing all the way out. And I'd like you to think about this person or this situation that you would like more ease with, the relationship or the multiple relationships that you would like to be different, or that you would like to improve, you would like to increase, you would like to have just much more fun, joy, receiving, contribution with, whatever it is, okay? And then what I would like you to do is hold that situation, that person, or all relationships in your mind. And now I'd like you to ask or invoke the body whispering energy. So say hello to the whispering energy. And as this body whispering energy starts to facilitate and guide us in the session today, I would like you to see if there's anything in particular that is coming up for you as an awareness as to where to place your attention, where to place your awareness, anything that any part of your body or your mind or your energy that is starting to speak up. And as you allow the body whispering energy in and it starts to gently and slowly ease into all of those places, all of those judgments, all of those considerations, all of that need that you have around this situation or the people, the person, your relationships, or with yourself. I want you to start to relax in every part of your body as you realize that it's actually safe for you to let go of those judgments now. It's actually safe for you to start letting go of the need that you have for control, the need that you have to control, the need that you have for that relationship to be a certain way, the need that you have for that person to act in a certain way, to say a certain thing, to behave in a particular way in certain situations. To let go of the need to be validated by them before you will receive validation for yourself. And I'd like you to start to relax even further and start to receive through your body and also energetically and in your mind. As the body whispering energy starts to show you and contribute to you around who you actually are. Who are you not in relation to other people? Who are you to yourself? Who are you for yourself? What would it be like to have such a strong connection to yourself, to your knowing, to your awareness, to your strengths, to your capabilities, to the receiving of every single part of you, your body, your energy, and your gifts. And if you think of any shortcomings, even receiving of all of your shortcomings, what would that be like for you? And as we start to do this, you might have a part of your body that's starting to show you something or speak to you. It might be in your stomach. You might feel heavy or you might feel contracted. It might be through your chest. You might be struggling to breathe very well. You might be feeling a little contracted. Because what we are talking about goes against most of our conditioning, most of our upbringing, most of how we have been taught and we have learned and we have operated in society, in our lives, in our family units, in our work environments, in academia, in society. We are always told that you should be doing your best to fit in, to be appeasing, to make things work with other people, and to actually give up validation of yourself for the validation of others. You should be looking for that validation outside of you rather than having it from within you. So this is really revolutionary stuff. This is really flying in the face of all of your other conditioning, right? And it can feel scary. And it can feel very, very wrong. It can feel like you're doing something wrong if you're willing to give up the need for validation of other people. People think lawlessness will occur. You know, people think that people are going to go wild if they have no consideration for what other people think. That's not what actually happens. As you start to have the receiving of you, and as you start to have the most beautiful relationship with you, you will start to also contribute even more to other people. We start to have genuine connection and genuine relationships rather than going through the motions and doing what we think we have to do, saying the things we think we have to say, showing up when we are expected to show up. That is not really contributing to anyone. But there are people that are caught up in generations and generations of living like this. And so you wonder, why are relationships so difficult in today's day and age? And why is self-love so difficult in today's day and age? Well, who is genuinely showing up happy with themselves, connected with themselves, and then actually having a truly loving and fulfilling relationship? Very few people. We have lost the connections with ourselves, and therefore, how can we have true and genuine connection with others? And that is also why relationships start to get into that needy zone where when someone else does make you feel good, does make you happy, then you want them around doing that for you all of the time. But if they go away, your happiness goes away. Can you afford to live your life totally dependent on somebody else to be the source of your happiness? Parents go through life making children the source of their happiness and expectation. How does that feel for those children? So there might be a certain place in your body where you're starting to feel that you hold this stuff. It's anchored into your physical body, okay? That need. And it might actually be related to when you feel triggered, when you feel like you are not receiving validation, somebody is not happy with you, you've disappointed someone, you've let them down. That is where you might feel it in your body. It might be in your gut, it might clench. Your heart might start beating faster. You might start feeling anxious. That is your cue as to the place in your body where you also store this. And what I would like you to do is place your hands over that part of your body if you know where it is. And if you don't have anywhere in your body, you can just place your hands anywhere that feels nice for you. And I would like you to just be present and start to take a few deep breaths in and out. As I ask your body and the body whispering energy to help facilitate and to guide you through being able to recognize this limitation, recognize the lie of you not being good enough, you needing validation from outside of yourself, the separation that has occurred between you, your body, and your being when you look outside of yourself for your worth. And as you start to be reminded of who you are and start to receive from this energy, I'm going to ask your body, your mind, and your energy to start to let this go. And now I'd like you to just receive from yourself. Receive this connection with yourself as it gets stronger and stronger with your body, with your mind, with your energy. Receive this energy of self-love, of acknowledging your worth, acknowledging how amazing you are, acknowledging that you don't actually need anyone else to do anything else or to be a certain way or to act a certain way for you to feel happy and fulfilled. And just receive the love that has always been there and available to you, but maybe you have been disconnected from. And you can continue to let this energy and let this love continue to come through and flow through you and connect you to your true self, your true essence. And in the meantime, I'm going to ask you to take a deep breath in and breathe all the way out. And come back to being present here in your body, opening your eyes, seeing how you feel, and remembering to take that connection with you out into the world now as you go about the rest of your day, to stay connected to yourself, to this love, to this validation that you are self-generating, you can generate for yourself. And then go out and see how your relationships are. When you are already full, have you heard that concept of what we have inside of us is what we can put out into the world, right? So if you have love already, if you have self-love, self-respect, self-validation, when you go out and interact with the people you are in relationship with, they receive that from you and they give you more back. They reciprocate. When you're filled with need, with lack, with wanting validation, with needing other people to fulfill you, you go out and put that out into the world. That's what they reciprocate back to you. So no one ever feels like they're receiving enough. No one is ever happy enough. Everyone starts to feel like no matter what I do, it's not enough. Everyone's always wanting for something from me. No one's ever contributing to me. No one's ever asking me what I need, what I want. So this self-fulfillment, this self-love, this self-validation, the more you tap into it, the more you do this exercise and walk around the world connected to it and to yourself, everyone else is going to start to reciprocate, and you're going to start to feel very, very loved and contributed to, and your relationships are going to start having an ease and a flow and a lack of fear, a lack of need, a lack of the need for control, needing them to do certain things. And when people feel a lack of need, when people don't feel like you're being needy of them or trying to control them, they will happily do most of the things you want them to do. So that was today's exercise. I hope that you have enjoyed it. I hope that it has contributed to you at all levels of mind, body, and energy. Like I was saying earlier in the Facebook Live, I honestly didn't even realize how much body whispering had contributed to releasing the need for validation in my life. And it is one of the greatest gifts for transforming every area of your life. It flows into not just relationships, but money, business, how you show up in the world, creating your life, because you become a self-generating person rather than someone who's looking outside of themselves to see what they can or can't do. Like I mentioned earlier, 2 things. We have body whispering classes coming up in Dubai that you can do online from anywhere in the world, or join us in person. By doing a 2-day body whispering class, you will become a body whispering practitioner, and you can also start doing these sessions. You can then also go on and do our certified practitioner class, our advanced class this month, in October, and then you can join us for facilitators. I'm going to put some of the information about the upcoming classes into the group today. I've also got prizes to give you guys. So I have a meditation from yesterday to give away. Today, I'm also going to choose another person and give them another meditation, body whispering meditation as a gift. This one is around connecting to yourself and to your power and to your gifts in the world. So I will be giving out more prizes. Yay, Varsha's coming to Dubai. I would love to see lots and lots and lots of you in Dubai. If you have family members, friends, or someone else who is in or near Dubai, in a country where they can fly to Dubai easily. I'm coming all the way from New Zealand. We've got people coming from India, from Europe, all over. So please come join us. I'm going to post all the information here, and I'd love to see you guys soon. I can't wait to see you. Tomorrow's live is about manifesting your dream life. So start sending me the messages about what you want to create and what your questions are about how to actually manifest, like bring it into your life and to have it. Lots of love to you guys. Thank you so much. Oh, if you're one of our participants who would like to join the Arab Wealth Whispering call tonight, we have a call at 10 p.m. Cairo time. So you can join a call all about wealth whispering, the program, and the retreat that will be translated into Arabic. If you would like the link to that, please reach out. Take care, everyone.